Hey guys, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop, and I am still here. I get asked about Gaynor Mindens all the time. I know it's kind of a controversial subject, so I kind of stayed away from it for a while, but hey, I'm in quarantine right now, so at this point, I'm just gonna talk about whatever I want. The reason why people call it a cheater shoe is because Gaynor Mindens are not made like the traditional pointe shoes. A traditional pointe shoe is made out of layers of glue and burlap and paper and leather, all of that stuff. It's baked in an oven basically to make it hard. And as the shoe starts to die, it starts to break down, and then the dancer has to rely more on her own strength. Now, the Gaynor Minden is made out of polymer, which is kind of like a plasticky material. This material doesn't break down like a normal pointe shoe. So normal pointe shoe, as the shoe starts to get softer, you have to rely more and more on your own strength in order to get stronger. But because Gaynor Mindens, they never break down, they don't have that progressive strengthening process. Now, you can take any pointe shoe and make it into a cheater pointe shoe. You just get a shoe that's too hard for you. If the shoe is too hard, you're not gonna be able to roll through as well, so you basically just rely on the pointe shoe to kind of prop you up. Traditional pointe shoes break down eventually. You will eventually have to start working more with your own strength. But with Gaynor Minden, because it never really quite breaks down the same way, you never get to that point where you're actually working through your feet. So when you get fitted for pointe shoes for Gaynor Minden, you have to get shoes that feel like it's in the middle of its life. You have to choose a Gaynor Minden that feels like it's already been danced on, already been broken into. If you choose a shoe that's too hard, regardless of if it's a Gaynor Minden or not, it is easier to cheat because you can just pop yourself up. So basically, a traditional shoe breaks down and you have to rely on your foot muscles to kind of roll through and strengthen your feet. It doesn't pop you up when it's softer. And Gaynor Minden, you have to choose a shoe that already feels like it's already broken into. Gaynor Minden or any other brand is not made for everyone. They know that. Every brand knows that. Like, that's why you need so many pointe shoes to do a proper pointe shoe fitting. There's no one pointe shoe for all. Okay, now that we've addressed the controversy, I'm going to be talking about the different features of Gaynor Minden. Starting out with shank strengths, Gaynor Minden comes in 5 different shank strengths. The green bag means that it's a hard shank. It's the hardest shank that it comes in. The yellow bag means extra flex, which is the second hardest. Pink bag is supple. And then it comes in the blue bag, which is feather flex, and then the softest is pianissimo. I don't carry the feather or the pianissimo just because they're so soft, and I don't typically put super light dancers in them. So I need something that's a little bit more substantial. Because this is made out of a different material, a lot of people find that it doesn't feel as supportive. So a lot of people will want to go harder and harder in these, but you want to really be careful with that. If you're the type of dancer that has such flexible feet that you're just snapping pointe shoes, this is also a really great shoe to just make your shoes last a little bit longer. But again, you shouldn't rely on your pointe shoes ever, regardless of if it's a Gaynor Minden or not, to just prop you up on pointe, because then you're not learning anything. One cool thing about the Gaynor Minden that I really like is because it's not made out of a ton of different layers of material, it's super flat. So a lot of dancers, when they put on a pointe shoe, they feel like they're teetering back and forth because the shoe is kind of raised. But this one is really flat. Even the satin itself, it doesn't wrinkle like every other pointe shoe. So it's a little bit difficult to sew. The material is quite thick, but it's meant to keep its shape so it doesn't bag. If you look on the inside of the shoe, it's lined on the inside, so it's slightly padded. So it was meant to be worn without toe pads. Can you wear toe pads with Gaynor Mindens? Sure. You can do basically whatever you want in order to help you dance. As you already noticed, the drawstring comes out of the side, not like in the front, and that's just for a cleaner look. The sizing is a little bit more complicated. They run a little bit smaller than shoe size, but again, with these, you should definitely get fitted by a professional because the specs are a little bit confusing. So are they cheater shoes? Not really. All pointe shoes can be if they're too hard for you and if you can't roll through. But again, that line between strengthening and support needs to be there for any pointe shoes that you wear. If you want to try Gaynor Minden, we are doing virtual fitting still, so you can give us a call. Still, a lot of companies don't allow it, but a lot of companies don't allow other brands as well, so it's not just discrimination against Gaynor Minden. If you guys want me to do any more pointe shoe reviews, let me know. I really liked all of the comments. I read them all last time. I'll see you guys later.